Hello and welcome. For today's practice, we are going to be focusing a lot on opening up through your chest and your heart space, even involving some opening in the shoulders as well. It's not going to be any super fast-paced movement or anything like that, more of very slow, sort of stretchy movement. And the goal today is to cultivate maybe a little bit of increase in energy, maybe a sense of gratitude if you feel like you're just really having trouble finding motivation, inspiration. Whatever season you are in your life right now, if you feel like you need a little bit more of a lift, I invite you to join me. And for props today, if you just want to grab a blanket or two, anything that will feel comfortable under your seat, we're going to do a little bit of meditation and breath work at the end after our movement. So if you want to grab a couple of those just to help you get a little bit more comfortable towards the end, I invite you to do so. Okay, so let's get into it. I invite you to join me in an easy seat, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe your knees are crossed, maybe they're not. If that doesn't feel okay on your knees and hips, just kind of notice what feels okay for you today. And we're gonna just start right off with a little bit of movement, a little bit of stretch. So when you're ready, go ahead on your inhale, start to bring your shoulders all the way towards your ears. And on your exhale, go ahead and bring your shoulders down your back. Start to take this movement a few more times here, making it really fluid. So try to make your inhales and your exhales even here, as much as you possibly can. And then when you're ready, go ahead and switch directions, bringing your shoulders up and forward and down. Again, just moving with your breath, finding our breath and body connection right away. Maybe one or two more rounds wherever you're at. And then when you're ready, come to a place of stillness with your shoulders. We're gonna start to do some stretches through our neck. So go ahead on an exhale, start to drop your chin towards your chest and just hold for a couple rounds of breath wherever you're at here. And as much as possible, if you can, try to have a straight spine here. That will really help to focus this stretch on the back of your neck. And then when you are ready, on your next inhale, start to bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. So your chin is lifted, your face is a little bit lifted, and you're welcome to keep your eyes down here to help you really feel into this stretch if that feels okay. Try to drop your shoulders away from your ear. And then when you're ready on an inhale, if it feels okay on your neck, go ahead and allow your head to fall back just briefly. And then exhale, let your left ear drop to your left shoulder and just hold for a couple rounds of breath. So we're starting really slow, giving lots of time and space to really feel that stretch in your neck. When you're ready, go ahead and take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, go ahead and drop your chin back towards your chest. And we're just going to reverse that direction. So inhale, start to bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Hold on the exhale. And then inhale, take your neck or your head all the way back if you can. Exhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Inhale here, and then exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. Awesome. Go ahead on your inhale, start to lift your head all the way back up and exhale. Good deal. On your next inhale, again, option to keep your eyes closed here, open them back up, whatever feels best. On your next inhale, start to bring your arms all the way up towards the sky. And then on your exhale, maybe you cactus your arms, so bend at your elbows and really try to open up through your chest here. Bring your chest through your arms. Maybe your gaze lifts towards the sky if that feels okay on your throat and your neck. And then on your next inhale, sweep your arms all the way back up. On your exhale, start to twist to the right. So maybe your left hand lands somewhere on your right leg. Your right hand comes behind to rest on the floor or your lower back. Couple rounds of breath here. Try to keep a straight spine wherever you're at. Maybe you start to notice that twist in your spine. And then on your next inhale, come back to center. Maybe your arms sweep all the way up. And then exhale, take it to the left. And same thing, except this time maybe your right hand Gently rest on top of your left leg. Couple rounds of breath wherever you're at. And then when you're ready, on your next inhale, go ahead and come all the way back to center. Reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, cactus your arms one more time here. Open up through your chest. And then inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, maybe bring your hands to heart center. Awesome. Let's go ahead, and if it feels okay for you, we're going to take a tabletop shape. I'm going to move my blankets out of here just a little bit so I have some room. So we're going to come up into a tabletop. Shoulders are going to be somewhere over your wrist. If that's a lot on your wrist, maybe you can walk your wrist out just a little bit in front of you, and then your hips are over your knees. We're going to start to take a few cat-cows here. So when you're ready, on an inhale, start to drop your belly, and then maybe your gaze goes towards the sky. Exhale, start to round through your spine, bring your chin to your chest. Let's do that again. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze goes towards the sky, take your cow. And exhale, take your cat, start to round through your spine, bring your chin to your chest. Take this for about 3 more rounds of breath at your own pace. You're welcome to keep your fingertips, or not your fingertips, your palms flat, or you can come up onto your fingertips. It just kind of changes the feel just a little bit. Couple more rounds wherever you're at. And then when you are ready, go ahead and start on your exhale, start to push your hips all the way back to your heels if they reach. If they don't reach, that's fine. We're moving into a child shape here. So go ahead and maybe lower your chest, lower your forehead all the way to the mat. And when you arrive, maybe start to notice the palms of your hands. So if you feel like you need an extra dose of energy today, maybe you face your palms up. And then again, maybe you let your forehead gently rest on the mat or the floor underneath you. And palms face up. Maybe you can start to deepen your breath here just a little bit. Starting to feel that breath, not just moving in and out through your lungs and your mouth and your nose, but maybe you start to notice the feel of that breath wrapping all the way around your ribs, all the way into your back. Really picture yourself extending that breath all the way through your body, maybe even to the very tips of your fingertips here. A few more rounds of breath. And then when you are ready, we are going to move into a puppy shape here. So keep your legs and feet as they are. Start to walk your hands, or just let them gently slide forward until your hips are about over your knees. So where you're probably going to feel this stretch a lot is your upper back, backs of your shoulders, maybe even through your chest. And you can let your chin drop here, or if that's too much on the back of your neck, you can let your forehead rest. And as you're here, option to keep your arms as is, or again, if you need an extra dose of energy, maybe you face your palms all the way up towards the sky. Last option for your arms, maybe you bring the palms of your hands together and bring your hands to rest somewhere on the back of your head, the back of your neck. For me, that doesn't feel super good today, so I'm just going to keep my palms out in front of me, facing up. Couple more rounds of breath wherever you're at. Awesome. When you're ready, slowly start to walk your hands back until you're back in your tabletop. And then maybe you can let your head just fall towards the floor, the crown of your head, and just start to rock your hips side to side. So just finding some movement in your hips. Couple more rounds of breath. You can even take some hip circles here if that feels good. And then we're going to start to speed up our movement a little bit more. So when you are ready, go ahead and inhale. On your exhale, start to push it back to your child's just briefly. So push it back to child shape. And then inhale, start to round through your spine. Come all the way through. Maybe your chest pushes through your arms all the way forward. And then exhale, sink your hips all the way back towards your heels. Inhale, start to come forward, round through your spine. Again, maybe your chest comes all the way through your arms. Exhale, start to push your hips all the way back to your child shape. Take this for a few more rounds of breath. You're welcome to make this movement your own. So maybe you involve your hips here. Maybe you take some hip circles on your way forward and on your way back. Maybe you do a figure 8 with your hips. Just notice what feels really, really good in your body here. And wherever you're at, just take a few more rounds of breath. There's no right or wrong here. There's no way you're supposed to look, no way you're supposed to be. Just allow yourself to feel this stretch. And then when you're ready, let's drop it back to child's shape one last time here. And hold for about 3 rounds of breath. Alrighty, when you are ready, go ahead and slowly start to come all the way up back into your tabletop. On an inhale, you're going to start to sweep your right leg up and back. So maybe you straighten through your right leg and maybe you can flex those right toes. Couple rounds of breath. Really try to pull your belly button towards your spine here. Try to have a flat back. And then inhale here. On your exhale, start to bring your right knee through until you can plant your right foot. Maybe it's between your hands, maybe it's slightly behind them. And then go ahead and come into a low lunge or a low crescent here. Maybe you can plant your palms of your hands on your knee. Couple rounds of breath. Maybe your gaze is towards the sky here. And then on your next inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, take those cactus arms again that we did in the beginning. Hold here. And then inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, if you can, start to find some balance. Twist it to the right. So your right arm comes behind, your left arm is in front. And maybe you drop your right hand to your lower back, find a little bit of a back bend, left arm rises all the way to the sky, or you can drop your right hand to the back of your left leg. Just kind of find what flexibility you have in your back today. And again, there's no right or wrongs here. Just feel whatever that stretch is for you. And then inhale, come back to center, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, drop your hands, and then bring your right knee back to tabletop. We're gonna take that all to the other side. So inhale, this time your left leg comes up and back, straighten through your left leg as much as possible, flex through your left toes, and then just hold for a couple rounds of breath. Really try to find a flat back here by bringing your belly button in towards your spine. Inhale here. On your exhale, start to pull your left knee through, and we're going to take the same thing as we did on the other side. So plant your left foot in front of you. Inhale, come to your low crescent, and exhale, maybe just rest your palms on the top of your leg just for now. Just while you start to feel that stretch in your hips. And then on your next inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, take your cactus arms right away here. And hold for a couple rounds of breath. When you're ready, inhale, sweep your arms all the way back up, and then exhale, twist it to the left this time. So your left arm comes behind, your right arm is in front of you, and then maybe if you want to take it that extra step, your left hand plants on the lower back, your right arm comes all the way up, or your left hand plants somewhere behind you, on your right leg, on the floor. And this may have some tension with it, and that's okay. It's a bit of a back bend. And then inhale, go ahead and come back to center, your arms rise. And exhale, drop your hands, come back into your tabletop. And then start to, again, just kind of let your hips fall side to side. Maybe you let the crown of your head fall towards the floor. Awesome. Go ahead and come to sit, and right away go ahead and bring your legs out in front of you. You can flex through your feet here. When you're ready, go ahead and bring the palms of your hands just slightly behind you. So maybe like half a foot or so, slightly behind you, maybe even a foot, just kind of depending. And when you are ready, inhale, start to bring your chest all the way through. Maybe if it feels okay, you can let your head go all the way back. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Really push through the palms of your hands. Awesome. When you're ready, inhale, start to bring your neck all the way up. Exhale, walk your hands forward, and maybe you start to find a little bit of a forward fold here. We're not going to be here for long. You can make this really active by flexing through your feet and really pulling yourself down if that feels okay. Or you can just let it be really passive. Let your feet go, let your arms just kind of go, and just kind of see what feels best in your back and your neck here. Couple more rounds of breath wherever you're at. Maybe just let your arms go here. When you're ready, start to come all the way back up into a seat. We're going to move into a little bit of meditation, a little bit of breath work here. So if you have a couple of blankets or just a blanket, go ahead and bring it underneath you just to make yourself a nice little cozy seat. So like so. I'll scoot mine up a little bit more here. Okay. Alrighty, and again, you can come into an easy seat with your legs crossed in front of you. If that doesn't feel super great on your knees and your hips, you can just straighten your legs out in front of you, whatever feels best for you. If you are gonna do legs out in front of you, might be a little bit more comfortable to find like a wall or a couch or a chair, something that you can kind of just let your back rest on, so it'll help you be a little bit straighter in your spine. So when you are ready, when you found your comfortable shape of choice, I invite you to close your eyes down if that feels okay for you. If for some reason it doesn't, you can just go ahead and gaze softly at the floor in front of you, just at a neutral point so that you don't feel distracted by anything going on around you. I'm gonna go ahead and close my eyes. And as you start to settle in here to some more stillness, maybe you start to bring your awareness back to your breath. Maybe you can notice anything that's changed in your body from when we first sat down for this practice till now. Maybe you feel a little bit more of an opening in your chest or in your shoulders. Maybe your heart's beating a little bit faster. And for this little meditation, I invite you to start to bring awareness to your heart space. So we're going to get a little bit creative, so bear with me. I invite you to start to picture what your heart looks like. And maybe not so much the actual physical, tangible heart, like what it would look like if you literally were holding it in your hands. But maybe you just start to picture the space around your heart, the space that your heart sits in. So maybe starting to notice, what does that space look like? Maybe even, what is the sensation that comes up around your heart? Does it feel really light? Does it feel heavier? Maybe there seems to be colors that you see. Maybe it's darker, maybe it's lighter. Just start to notice what that space around your heart looks like and any sensations that come up around there. And maybe you don't notice anything, and that's okay too. Again, there's no right or wrong. We're just practicing awareness and trying as much as possible to notice. And just really quickly, as you continue to notice your heart space, can you bring some awareness to any other parts of your body that feel tense? So maybe just try to loosen your jaw just gently. Allow it to just be super heavy. And then maybe allow your shoulders just to be a little bit heavier down your back. Maybe your knees, your legs can be a little bit heavier, even your arms. And maybe take a quick awareness to the palms of your hands. Can you face them up towards the sky if that feels okay? If for some reason you feel really drawn to face them down, that's totally okay too. So just kind of notice, does it feel okay to face your palms up? Does it feel right for you right now? And then maybe you can bring your awareness back to your heart space now. And maybe, again, you don't notice anything in particular. Maybe you have some heavy feelings that come up around your heart space. And if that's the case, if you're in a space where you can, if it feels safe for you, I invite you to really lean into whatever it is that comes up around that. Maybe it's grief, maybe it's sadness, maybe it's even anger. Maybe there's some self-doubt. Just notice anything that comes up emotionally around your heart space. And if you feel any of those emotions surface for you, I invite you to really breathe through them. So utilize your breath, your inhales through your nose, and your exhales through your mouth to really feel into those feelings and also allow yourself to release them as you do. So we're not trying to push them down. We're not trying to avoid them. We're allowing them to come up. We're embracing them and feeling them and also breathing through them and releasing them. And again, this is your practice. So if you just need to stay here for the rest of practice and just be, you can pause the video, whatever it is that you need to do here, take as much time and space as you need here. Notice what comes up without judgment, reminding yourself that there's no right or wrong. It's just you in this moment. If you're in a space where you would like to continue with some breath work before we finish practice, I invite you to start to walk with me through that. So we are going to do something called heart breathing, and I will explain what it is to you, and then we will move through it for a few rounds of breath, maybe about 5 or so rounds of breath. So heart breathing is something that you do to cultivate more, more self-compassion, more self-love, forgiveness, maybe even if you're struggling with relationships in your life. It can just really cultivate some more positive feelings in your heart, in your body. It's very, very good for uplifting. So what we will do is on an inhale, you will inhale through your nose and you will imagine, we're going to get creative again, you're going to imagine that that inhale is simultaneously moving from the earth through the bottoms of your feet all the way up into your stomach, and at the same time that inhale is moving from the top of your head all the way up into your heart space. So sorry, that first inhale will move into your heart space as well. So on your inhale through your nose, you picture the inhale moving from the bottoms of your feet all the way to your heart, and also from the top of your head all the way into your heart. We'll hold for 5 rounds of breath, or 5 seconds. And then on the exhale, you will send that heart breath either to yourself if you need some extra encouragement and motivation today, or to someone or something that you care deeply about, or someone or something who you feel really needs it. So I want this practice to be first and foremost about you, but if you feel drawn to send this heart breath to anyone else, I invite you to definitely do so. Okay, so let's practice for a round or two to get used to it. Let's take about 2 just regular inhales through the nose and out through the mouth. So inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Last one here, inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. This time on your inhale, picture it coming through the bottoms of your feet and the top of your head, all the way up into your heart. Hold at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let it go. Again, inhale through the bottoms of your feet, the top of your head. That inhale meets in your heart space. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let it go. Send it to yourself, send it to someone else. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, bottom of your feet, top of your head. They meet in your heart. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, let it go. 2 more. Inhale all the way into your heart space. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Last one, biggest inhale all the way into your heart space. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Again, you are welcome to take more heart breaths if that feels okay for you. If you are ready to wrap up practice with me, I invite you to maybe bring both of your hands to your heart, to your chest, if that feels okay for you. And last option here, if you feel like you need an extra dose of love for yourself, maybe you can wrap yourself up in a hug. So just kind of notice what feels best for you here, what feels the most supportive. Couple more rounds of breath. And as we wrap up practice together, I invite you to keep whatever feeling you were able to cultivate that felt helpful for you today. Maybe it was a sense of love and encouragement for yourself. Maybe it was some energy that you needed. Maybe it was a sense of gratitude. Whatever that thing is, I invite you to hold that with you as you go throughout the rest of your day, the rest of your week, and kind of pull that feeling out whenever you need it. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Until next time.